Welcome back to a new video. Today it is time to set up my bullet journal planning system for January of 2026, which is very exciting. I am using today as decoration the items I got from the Archer and Olive December quarterly subscription box for 2025. I think they're very nice, very soft botanicals, blues and greys, and just a hint of green, and I think it looks very nice. It also came with some lovely textured papers of different sorts. I thought about using the gold, but I think this nice soft washi paper with stamped botanicals looks nice instead, so I'll be using some of that to get everything set up. And it also came with this set of washi stickers, some with flowers and botanicals and others just functional squares and circles. So let's get started setting up for 2026. Now, I have a regular day planner calendar that I write down events in, what I have scheduled for that day, appointments and general book releases and all that sort of thing. But I really like using a self-made bullet journal for things like planning out my content for the month, because I try to do social media pictures in a month in advance, and so I get that nicely sorted out. I have a reader group on Facebook that I am adminning, and I do planned posts there, so that's nice to plan. And I also like to keep track of things like word count for the various projects that I'm working on, and keep track of which projects I'm working on in any given month. I keep track of different habits and books that I'm reading and that sort of a thing. So I like to have a separate bullet journal for that, and that is why I am doing this setup. I tried it all throughout 2025 and I used it every single day, and it was so helpful, so amazing. This year I am adding weekly spreads to my lineup instead of just doing monthly overview things of word count and habit tracking and whatnot. This way I can keep track of to-do list tasks that I have that are happening on specific days in specific weeks, or that happen every single day that I need to make sure that I am doing. I find it just really very useful. So we're starting off with a cover spread. I love to have a little decorative color cover spread that tells me what month I'm looking at. Not that the theme wouldn't tell me that anyways, but it's just fun to have a bit of extra interest going into the month. And I didn't realize when I picked out the supplies for this project that they don't show up particularly well on camera. In person, the larger, wider washi tape that I'm using has some very nice little botanical flower things. I wish I knew what they were. I'm terrible at flower names. Regardless, it's got a lovely pattern that is very much small little flower buds on stems, that sort of a thing. You can't see it at all in the camera. You will see it better when I do a final flip through. And then I'm also using this blue accent tape with coneflowers and daisies and that sort of a thing, which I think looks really nice. To add just a hint of interest, I'm doing a couple of these washi stickers on here, and then I will go in with a silver paint marker and add in my header. getting into the first monthly spread, and apart from the cover page, this is just a monthly overview calendar spread. Nothing terribly exciting. It's not highly necessary because I have that separate calendar that I use, but it's kind of useful when I'm trying to figure out what date things are happening on, or if I need to know, is the 17th a Tuesday, or something like that. Very useful for when I'm scheduling posts out. And it's nice to have this in the bullet journal itself instead of in my separate calendar, so I don't have to do extra flipping through. To draw this, I am just using the darker of the brown Riverstone brown gray color that came with the Archer Olive set for December. It is very nice, and I am just doing a 4x4 dot grid space calendar with a single dot grid space for the date number. And I'm using the silver paint pen again to mark the days of the week. Just going in here with a bit of highlight color. This is the lighter of the blue colors that came in that set with the Archer Olive pens, the duotone sets, which I will admit, I don't love the rounded pen, the larger size. It's such an awkward nib, but I do like the color quite a bit, so I use it just to add a bit of color to my calendar. I think the items that Archer and Olive curate in their subscription box are very nice. They go together very well, but I will admit I am quite particular about my pens. I use them, the ones that they send, because they have lovely colors, but as far as the writing ability goes with them, I think they are only so-so. I just am that particular. Adding in some more of that gray washi tape. It looks green on camera, but it's really more of a gray color. Just framing in either side for a bit of visual interest. Moving on to the next spread in just a moment, once I fill in the date numbers. That will be the content planner page that I use every month. I wish there were a better way to lay everything out than to just write down a post page with every single date. But I have found that posting every weekday, I need something where I can write down what it is that I'm posting, and did I take a picture, and did I take a video, and did I actually schedule that? So this is the best way that I have found to manage that particular list. I'm going to see about experimenting with a different layout because it is a bit overwhelming just looking at it like this, especially with the second page being content for the YouTube video channel and my Dragon Forged reader group. I want to have a setup that's not quite so overstimulating, overwhelming. I'm not sure what the word is. But this is what I use every month to plan out my various posts and content and that sort of a thing, and I use it heavily for the marketing of my books and planning out publication days and what I need to do, backtracking from publication days. Do I need to put out newsletter on this day? When is my cover reveal? That sort of a thing. It's all very important. So this is one of my more essential spreads, and it is one that I find just visually less appealing, unfortunately. This next spread is one that I find not particularly exciting when I first set it up, but by the end of the month it is one of my favorite spreads. And this is the word count tracker. I try to write every day during the week. I don't write on the weekends because I need to have a bit of a rest. And so during the week, when I'm not working on editing projects for clients, I try to work on my books. Now I usually have 2 or 3 projects going at any given time, and I like to track that and see how many words I wrote in a day, any particular day. And I also like to keep track of the pages that I wrote by hand, which I keep track of at the very bottom in those little squares with just a tick mark or an X or something like that. Now each section is 500 words, so I keep track of up to 2,500 words, which is about the maximum of what I can end up doing in a day. Very, very, very rarely will I go over that, but by the end of the month, this is so colorful, and I love the graph, I love the data. I keep track of each project with different colors, so it looks really bright and very interesting, and I think it's so fun. This is not a means for me to push myself into writing more, it's just a record of what I am doing, because I know that some days all I can manage is 200 words, and some days I can do 2,200 without any effort whatsoever. It just depends. And it's really nice to look back and see what I actually worked on the most at any given time. Like right now, I am working on my Dragons Vamontir, the cozy fantasy, the 3rd book in that standalone series, and it is currently my favorite project out of all 3 projects that I'm working on right now. Probably because there's something about cozy fantasy right around the holidays that appeals. these next two spreads are spreads that used to be one spread, and then I ended up cutting it in half, and so now I have two. This is my habit tracker on the left, and a memory keeping spread on the right for any activities that I plan on doing. I like to track about 4 to 5 to 6 habits every month, so I usually leave about 6 spaces, 4 spaces. I just depends on what it is that I'm working on every month. I like to make sure, okay, am I writing? Am I making something? Am I moving? And then I have 1 or so left over that I can add in later if I decide I want to track something else extra. And so I used to do this over a full 2-page spread, and now it really doesn't need that much space, so now it's just 1 page with a memory keeping spread on the right hand, and I think that's really nice, because then one of my goals for 2026 is to do an activity every month so I don't become a complete recluse, which is distinctly possible with my tendencies. And this way I can keep track of it, store receipts or little pictures, print off something with my thermal printer, something just fun to have in here. That's proof that I exist outside of the realm of my office and bookshelves. I will note that I wrote the header for this keeping track page. It's crooked. Yes, it bothers me. I will live with it for a month, though. It's not the end of the world. But I will note that, yes, I know it's crooked. Yes, it bothers me. I'm working on it. Alrighty, moving on to the last major monthly spread for January. This is my reading spread. I keep a separate reading journal. You can find all of those videos on the channel under the playlist Reading Journal, I think it's Reading Journal, something journal. But this is where I keep track of all of the information prior to entering it into my reading journal. I keep track of things like what was my TBR like at the start? What did it end like? How many books did I acquire either through the library or Kindle Unlimited or actually purchased? How many did I destash? How many did I read? How many did I DNF? That sort of a thing. So that's the top box is just for stats. The bottom box on the left is for the books that I did acquire and whether they were a library loan or Kindle Unlimited borrow, or if I purchased them and whether if I did purchase them they were meant for my TBR or if they are just for collections of books that I have already read, that sort of a thing. And then the page on the right hand is a box to list the books that I have read and the star rating that I gave them. Then I can take all of this information at the end of the month and compile it and put it into my reading journal in a more organized fashion. I have to admit, it is extremely satisfying to watch the list grow, the list of books that I have read grow as the month goes on. I love filling in these spreads. It's very, very satisfying. Moving on to the next spread, this is the first of the weeklies that I will be doing. I will not be doing all of these on camera because they are all pretty much the same, and I'm going to speed up some of the footage in a minute because it takes a while. Essentially, I am just dividing this spread into 8 boxes, 7 days of the week, and one little corner that can either be for notes or decoration. I chose decoration since my handwriting is rather small, and I think I can fit all of my notes within each weekly page. And I just do that for every week throughout the month. I will try a different type of spread next month. I decided to do second line highlights with those Archer and Olive Duo tip pens, and while I think the end result looks pretty cool, it took absolutely forever. The pens didn't quite fill up a single line, so I had to go over 2 or 3 times to fill in a single single dots grid space. It took a while. I would definitely be using a different pen for second line highlights in the future, even though I really do like the final result and how it turned out. But this is why I didn't film every single weekly spread. Alright, with everything now complete, let's go through and have a look at the final product. You can see a little better the decoration on that larger washi tape. It's kind of busy, but it also melts into the background, which I like. I think the colors are slightly darker than I had anticipated, but given that January is, for me at least, the height of winter, then I don't think it's altogether inappropriate. I really like how this turned out, and I am excited to fill this out throughout the month. And I shall definitely look forward to something entirely different in February, but probably also more of the same. Do you do a bullet journal at all? If you do you have any suggestions for some of these spreads to improve them? I would love to hear from you. I hope you have a fantastic day, enjoy all the books that you can read, and I shall see you next time.